Global industries like the tobacco industry and other unhealthy industries are incredibly well resourced and they operate across borders. So the public health response also has to operate across borders.
The weakness of one nation in a region could be exploited as a whole community, as a global community. What we're doing in the Philippines is not just contained in the Philippines. It has broader implications with our brothers and sisters in the region.
When we look at e-cigarettes and how they are now cross-border trading of e-cigarettes, we find it difficult to regulate enforcement with traditional products. And here we are now having to move into online marketing. How do we regulate that? How do we stop young people from viewing these platforms, etc.? Yeah.
My biggest drive would be my family. My parents, especially my dad, was a smoker for a long time, and there were effects that we have seen in the years to come. And then after a while, once he stopped smoking, it has improved his health. And we also noticed that in all our families and friends as well, especially the ones who were diagnosed with lung cancer. And we do not want them to go through that as well. And another thing is, I moved from clinical to public health because engaging with people who are suffering made me realize that I should be working at the front lines, which is public health, and that's working with the social determinants of health, working on the laws, and also working on the social problems as well. So once we solve those, people won't smoke and they won't end up in the hospitals as well.
We don't want unhealthy industries to shop for different jurisdictions where they're able to sell their products more easily, more cheaply, because everybody is not regulating effectively.
These kinds of opportunities now, after a sustained period of people not meeting in person, are critically important. The lack of opportunities for in-person training and gathering of this type has really affected their ability to stay current, stay on top of new developments in the space, and to respond effectively to what's happening in the market.
Tobacco control is very difficult. You are facing a very strong, powerful lobby, very rich industry. The most important thing is to get political commitment. In a way, that's the key factor, the make or break factor. If you don't have political commitment in any jurisdiction, it has not worked. The political commitment from the highest level. You are dealing with merchants of death who will go to any extent to make profit. You, on the other hand, is saving lives. Ultimately, you will win. The tobacco endgame is a reality within reach. You are on the right side of history.
We have many countries that have outdated laws that requires to be revised or reviewed to be upgraded to the current evidence and global practices. We are able to exchange experiences for different countries and regions, and also gain from experiences of others. And this can be translated back in our region and our countries into policy information. We have utilized the people who have been trained in these courses to actually defend governments whenever industry takes government for litigations on tobacco-related matters.
The law is one of the most cost-effective tools that we have to create systemic change across the world in global public health.
For us who are working in the legal field, it is a privilege for us to bring in the use of law, the effective use of law in cancer control and prevention. Because law, has this way of norm setting and bringing about a change in the enabling environment that affects not only addressing the risk factors like tobacco, alcohol, obesity, as well as air pollution, but also on the other side of it, treatment and care.
It's like an eye-opening to see how other countries, I learn from other countries examples, and also how they do work with the to control tobacco interference and in their country. And it's a good thing that we come together and work as a region, and also to reduce the tobacco smoking in our country.
this training has helped me as well in terms of understanding the developments that are happening at the international level and how best we can assist our Pacific Island members.
We sharing experiences beyond our continent. Yeah? So we have the experience, colleagues, coming from the countries from the American continent. We have the big team from the African continent, and we have, of course, Asian Pacific. No matter, whether we are a big country or small country with a big population or with a scattered population, we are on the same boat.
I found it interesting that we are in different places, but we are facing nearly the same problems. Trying to connect to each other and know what we are doing now and what we have done is very interesting and very beneficial for all of us to continue with this battle.
When it comes to political commitment, I've always highlighted the Australia's case, plain packaging case, that they fought for years and won. Prime Minister Kevin Rudd came in front of the media and said from this date onwards, Australia would have plain packaging, and despite the change of the Prime Minister, change of government, they continued and it was done. They didn't back away under pressure. That is political commitment. So we are standing on our ground and we are moving forward with implementation of generational ban, and over time, the target, the vision is Maldives becoming a tobacco-free nation.